every problem you hate, you're making stronger.
There were two brilliant men. Both wanted the same thing, a better world. Emerson loved the good. His life became a symphony of peace and harmony. Carlyle hated the bad. His life became a record of perpetual discord and chaos. Same goal, opposite approaches, completely different lives. Charles Haanel wrote about this in 1912. We are to hate nothing, not even the bad, because hatred is destructive.
Most people think fighting against what's wrong is noble, righteous, necessary. But every ounce of energy you give to hating a problem feeds it. Every thought spent despising what you don't want creates more of it. Because the law doesn't distinguish between love and hate, it only amplifies focus. Today you'll see why constructive thought creates harmony, and destructive thought, even when aimed at fixing things, creates chaos. Thought contains a vital principle. It's creative. It combines with similar thoughts and takes form. Every thought you think is either constructive or destructive. Constructive builds, harmonizes, creates. Destructive tears down, resists, opposes. And here's what most people miss. You can have a destructive thought aimed at something you consider bad and still be sowing destruction. I hate poverty. Destructive. I hate injustice. Destructive. I hate being stuck. Destructive. The target doesn't matter. The energy does. Because thought doesn't just observe reality, it creates it. And destructive thought, no matter how justified, creates destructive results. You can freely choose what you think, but the result is governed by law, immutable, unchanging, precise. Think constructively, you get harmony. Think destructively, you get discord. Not as punishment, as consequence. The law of growth takes every thought you persist in and brings it into manifestation in your character, your health, your circumstances. This is why two people facing the same problem end up in completely different places. One focuses on what they're building, the other focuses on what they're fighting. One grows, the other spirals. Mental habits are difficult to control, but it can be done. The way? Start immediately substituting constructive thought for destructive thought. Analyze every thought. Ask, if this thought manifests, will it benefit not only me, but everyone it touches? If yes, keep it, treasure it, let it grow. If no, close the door. Don't let it take root. Learn to keep out of your mind every element that seeks admittance with no definite helpful end in view. Most people's minds are open doors. Every fear, every complaint, every judgment walks right in and makes itself at home. Then they wonder why their inner world feels chaotic. Your brain doesn't differentiate between I hate this problem and I love this problem. It just sees intense focus on the problem. And what you focus on, you amplify. Neuroscience confirms this. When you repeatedly think about something, even in opposition, you're strengthening the neural pathways associated with it. You think you're fighting it, but you're wiring it deeper into your brain. That's why activists who spend decades fighting against something often become bitter, exhausted, burned out. They poured energy into what they opposed
instead of what they supported. Compare that to people who build, who focus on solutions, who spend their energy creating alternatives instead of destroying what exists. Same problems, different approach, different outcomes. This doesn't mean you ignore injustice or pretend problems don't exist. It means you shift from destructive opposition to constructive creation. From "I hate poverty" to "I'm building abundance." From "I hate loneliness" to "I'm cultivating connection." From "I hate how my life is" to "I'm creating what I want it to be." The focus shifts, the energy shifts, the result shifts. How much of your mental energy goes to what you're against? The politicians you despise, the injustices you rage about, the people who wronged you, the circumstances you resent. How much time do you spend thinking about what you don't want? And how much goes to what you're building? Most people spend 90% of their mental energy on what they oppose and 10% on what they're creating. Then wonder why opposition is all they experience.
Imagination is the key that unlocks this. Not fantasy, not daydreaming, but constructive imagination. Imagination is the light by which you penetrate new worlds of thought and experience. Every inventor, every discoverer, every builder used imagination to move from "it cannot be done" to "it is done." Before anything exists physically, it exists in imagination. The architect imagines the building, then draws the plans, then it's built. The entrepreneur imagines the business, then creates the structure, then it manifests. You imagine your future, then think the thoughts, then take the actions, then it appears. But imagination must be fed, exercised, cultivated. It's mental labor, some say the hardest kind, but it yields the greatest returns. Because all the great things in life came to people who had the capacity to think, to imagine, and to make their dreams real. When you become conscious that mind is the only creative principle, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and that you can harmonize with it through thought, you take a long step forward. The next step is receiving this power. It's already within you. All power is from within, but it must be developed, unfolded, cultivated, and you become receptive the same way you gain physical strength, through exercise. The law of attraction will bring you conditions, environment, and experiences corresponding with your habitual, predominant mental attitude. Not what you think once in a while when you're inspired, your predominant attitude. You can't entertain weak, harmful, negative thoughts 10 hours a day and expect to create beautiful, harmonious conditions with 10 minutes of positive thinking. Real power comes from within. It's already there, waiting to be recognized, affirmed, worked into your consciousness until you become one with it. Let's exercise imagination together. Close your eyes if you're somewhere safe. Visualize something you see every day. Your phone, your car, a building you pass. Now trace it backwards. How did it get there? Who made it? Where did the materials come from? If it's your phone, see the factory. See the workers assembling it. Go further back. See the raw materials, the mines, the design process, the engineers planning it. Go even further. See the idea, the moment someone imagined a device that could do all of this. It started as pure thought, invisible, intangible. Then imagination gave it form. Then action brought it into reality. Everything around you followed this path. Thought, imagination, action, manifestation. Now apply this to your life. What do you want to create? See it clearly, not as fantasy, but as blueprint. Imagine it in detail. Hold it. Feel it. Let it become real in your mind first. That's constructive imagination. That's the mental workshop where your future is being built right now. Practice this daily. Strengthen it. Feed it. Every thought you think is either constructive or destructive. Constructive thought builds harmony. Destructive thought creates discord. Even when aimed at problems you hate, the law doesn't care about your intentions. It responds to your focus. Emerson loved the good. Carlyle hated the bad. Same goal, opposite energy, completely different lives. You get to choose. Will you spend your mental energy fighting what you oppose or building what you want? Will you hate the problems or imagine the solutions? Will you resist what is or create what could be? Start analyzing your thoughts. Every single one. Is it constructive? Keep it. Let it grow. Is it destructive? Close the door. Don't give it space. Feed your imagination. Exercise it daily. Use it to build the ideal from which your future will emerge. Your predominant mental attitude is creating your reality right now. Not your occasional inspired thought, your habitual focus. Make it constructive. Make it harmonious. Make it about what you're building, not what you're fighting. If this shifted something, leave a like. Subscribe to continue through all 24 parts. In the comments, what are you building? One sentence. What you're creating, not what you're opposing. Share this with someone stuck in destructive thinking patterns. The law is immutable. The results are precise. Choose constructive. Create harmony. I'll see you in part 9. Until then, build, don't battle.